Hi, I'm Robert McClement, and I'm going to be the instructor for ES110 at Wilfrid Laurier University in the fall of 2020. And this is a quick video to welcome students who are going to be enrolled in the course. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about the course, but first a couple quick instructions on how to get started with the course. I'm making this video available to students before the semester and via YouTube. So the first thing you're going to need to do to figure out how the course works and get all the instructions on the mechanics of how we're going to go through this remote instruction, you need to go to the Wilfrid Laurier University homepage, wlu.ca. Then you're going to look for My Learning Space, all one word, mylearningspace.wlu.ca. You log in using your university ID and password, and then you find from the drop-down menu the home page for the course ES110. When you navigate your way to that course, the first thing you want to do is familiarize yourself with the course webpage and all the different links that appear at the top of it, and then you're going to quickly make your way to the content section. When you click on the content section, down the left-hand side you'll see a bunch of different folders, and the one you want is Quick Start. When you go into that, you will find a narrated PowerPoint presentation that contains all the details on how the course is going to work and all the steps that you're going to go through to figure out your Zoom meetings that we're going to hold during this course, how you're going to do your lab assignments, where you're going to get your grades and assessments and so on. It's all there. So again, My Learning Space on wlu.ca, go to the ES110 homepage, and then make your way to the Quick Start folder, and you'll find a narrated PowerPoint presentation that tells you everything that you need to know. A quick overview about the course itself. So it's ES110, it's an introduction to environmental studies. We look at the environment, society, and sustainability. We talk about some of the great environmental challenges of the day, everything from biodiversity loss to water pollution to climate change. And we look at not just the causes of these complex challenges, but also the pathways to implementing solutions that build sustainability, equity, and a more prosperous future for everybody. So each week in the course is a separate module. The course itself is 12 weeks long, so there's 12 modules. And the first module will be an introduction to sustainability in the first week. Second week, biodiversity loss, and that's how we'll work our way through the course. Each part of the course has asynchronous and synchronous content, which you will find again in My Learning Space. So the asynchronous content includes things like narrated PowerPoint lectures from myself, usually a quick video where I introduce the topic, and then an associated reading in the course textbook, which is an electronic textbook. Again, all the details about this are found in My Learning Space. Then twice a week we're going to have regular meetings by Zoom where we will actually do some case studies and some seminar type discussions about these environmental challenges that we face. And then 4 times during the semester you're also going to meet with your lab instructor via Zoom, and you're going to do some lab assignments that will help you dig into some of these environmental challenges more deeply. So that's a quick overview about the course itself. Now let me tell you just briefly a few things about me. My name again is Robert McClement. I'm a professor of geography and environmental studies at Laurier. I've been teaching environmental studies for, since 2006, so you can do the math on that. I also do research. My research tends to focus on the human impacts of environmental change, and in particular I look at how things like climate change, droughts, and natural disasters affect the well-being of communities, and in particular how these events can cause people to migrate or leave the communities that they've been living in. And so, for example, if you think about rising sea levels, then some of my research looks at how certain communities are going to have to relocate as a result of climate change and rising sea levels. Right now I have a large research project looking at how droughts have affected population patterns in rural North America from Saskatchewan all the way down to Texas out on the Great Plains since the 1970s. I also dabble a little bit in citizen science. You may have heard of a citizen science project that I run with a colleague, Colin Robertson. It's called Rink Watch. What we do is we invite people across North America who have outdoor skating rinks in their backyards or neighborhood parks to submit information about those rinks throughout the winter time in terms of the skating conditions. We pool that data and use it to figure out what's going on with winter climate trends. I should note that being an academic is not my first career. From 1990 till 2002, I was a Foreign Service Officer for the Government of Canada. I worked in diplomatic missions and embassies in Belgrade, New Delhi, Hong Kong, Seattle, Vienna. until I decided to go back and do my PhD in geography at the University of Guelph in 2002. So when I talk about environmental challenges in this course, I will often draw upon examples of places where I've been. So for example, when I talk about deforestation, I might show you some slides of deforestation in Borneo, a place I visited back in the 1990s, and the changes that have happened since that time. So that's a little bit about me. I'm looking forward to meeting you through our Zoom seminars in this course. As a final note, just to wrap up this short video, this is new for everybody, this whole COVID-19 remote learning approach. So we're going to muddle our way through it. There will inevitably be a learning curve for all of us in terms of using the technology, how to best communicate our ideas with one another. And inevitably there's going to be a few hiccups. There'll be dropped phone calls, there'll be dropped Wi-Fi, there'll be technical problems, sometimes miscommunications. We'll work our way through it. And I mean that not just in terms of the course itself, we will definitely work our way through it, but with society as a whole. We are going to get through this COVID-19 challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's going to require a lot of cooperation and collaboration, but we're going to be able to do it. We'll get through it. And so in the meantime, we're going to try and do the best we can under the circumstances and have a great semester. And I'm looking forward to meeting you all via Zoom very soon. And you may have heard this guy rustling around in the back of the video. This is Rover, the family dog, who came out to keep me company while I filmed this. In case you're wondering, this is an old-growth forest, just a short walk from my home, and Rover and I come here often. In fact, ever since the university shut down for COVID, we've been coming practically every day for a walk in the woods. Anyhow, look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye now.